Okay, I'm about to start my moon, so just letting you know, I may get emotional about this. Sorry, not sorry. About a year ago, I was traveling around Portugal. I was at a cafe and I happened to sit with this lovely, beautiful young girl because the cafe was full or because we just both wanted to sit in the same floor space area. I can't remember. She was a 19-year-old Dutch girl who was traveling around for the first time, and not only that, but in a van. She was so wise and mature and just such a beautiful, beautiful soul. As we're talking, I saw this guy coming through for her who was about her age. At this point in my practicing my psychic abilities journey, normally when I had a person come through who was about the same age as the person I was reading for, they tended to be someone who was from their past, someone who was living. Typically like an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend or whatever. Keep in mind, at this point, I hadn't had people who had passed over come through, right? I started telling her about this guy and I was like, I think it's like a close guy friend that you used to have, or potentially an ex-boyfriend. And then I started describing what he physically looked like. And as I was telling her about the way his hair sat, because it was quite specific, she burst out crying. She stopped crying for a second and said to me, I'm sorry, it's just you're describing my brother. He passed away 6 years ago and today would have been his birthday. At this point, I was speechless. I was so shocked and I didn't really know how to handle this situation because, again, someone who had passed away had never come through for me before. He had such a beautiful soul and such a beautiful energy. And later on, this girl was telling me that during her van trip, I think she was gonna go to Austria and teach children with disabilities how to ski, and she had already done that before, worked with children with disabilities. Again, keep in mind that this girl is 19, so she would have been really young to have made that decision to work with not just children, but children with disabilities. Like, she'd also mentioned beforehand that her brother had had a disability. She was just such a beautiful, kind, loving soul. And it was just so beautiful to see how growing up with her brother had really instilled kindness and compassion and this desire to help others. And oh gosh, I'm gonna cry. I wanted to share that with you because I think it was such a special experience, having been the first time that I had channeled someone who had passed, and all the more special because of this interaction and this connection that I was able to make. Thank you so much to that beautiful young girl. I hope that whatever you're doing right now, you are doing really well, just like you deserve. Thank you for listening. I think I'm gonna go and cry for a bit about that now, but I'll talk to you in a jiffy.